There they go into the back. The blue line on. We have a race, and Satnova's beaten Pure Steel out by a length and a half.
Welcome to Talking Trots, hosted by Mortz and Michael Radley on Tab Radio, Racing and Sport.
The sensational Sydney sider, Seals to Sam, comes off the back straight. He's a bucket load of alliteration, this fellow.
Scott Bomber Hill will join the boys to look at the Friday night meeting at Gloucester Park.
Here comes Quinny. I'm the mighty Queen is 4 deep and letting go.
Sit back and enjoy Talking Trots with Mortz and Michael Radley.
I'm the mighty Queen is just in front. Dasher VC can do no more. And the West Australian champion has done it again.
Yes, hello and welcome to another edition of Talking Trots. We're back. We had a week off. Mortz, and before that, Mortz and Oli held up the fort.
I don't know about held up the fort, Michael. We
felt like an eternity since I've been in this little studio, Mortz.
Now, we must say that the reason we weren't here last week was because our actual paying jobs required
it. It did. We both had commitments.
Yes, whereas our our non-paying one, which is the one we do with love.
We do, to our 4 listeners.
Correct. So half of our audience complained last Friday night. They complained that they got up Friday morning and there was no Talking Trots.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's part of their ritual, very strange ritual, but part of their ritual to listen to Talking Trots Friday morning. So half the audience.
Yeah. Oh, we've got to keep them happy this week.
Yes, so and I think we have, because we've got 2 very special guests.
Yes. It'll be the start of 2 guests per the first segment going forward.
I think so.
Just to give back more to the people, Mortz.
Yeah, look, we can talk to the owner. What are they doing now? What are they good for?
Yeah, which is today's.
I wasn't going to say that, but you beat me to the punch there. So, no, we've got 2 very good guests. We've got Aiden Campo, one of WA's leading trainers, reinsmen, horse breakers, selector of horses, you name it.
And he's about to come into a big time. Diamond Classic, each Monday, final Friday.
We've got the Pearl and
Westbred. Then the 3-year-olds. And obviously he's always got horses.
And he drives that pretty handy Magnificent Storm.
Yeah, okay.
So he's got a lot going on, Aiden Campo. And of course we've got the great Peter O'Neill.
Peter O'Neill, former race caller at Training in Walcatcham. who's now the marketing and sales manager at Gloucester Park, as well as still calling Cannington.
Yeah, still calling Cannington, and one of WA's...
He's doing a great job on social media, so he tells me. He shows me the post. He comes in and goes, look at the post. And
it was very good, very clever. I liked the other one you did. Going back a couple of weeks, looked fantastic. Can't remember what it was, but it was terrific.
Really,
and of course he's one of WA's prominent harness racing owners now as well.
Yes, he is. He is part of. He's very excited about. Well, he's in the Diamond Classic final,
correct,
and obviously the Pearl Classic's coming up. Very exciting. We haven't seen the fields yet, but they'll be out very shortly as we record. But yeah, big show, and really looking forward to catching up with Aiden. But been a big week, Mortz.
Been a very big week.
And we missed out last week, and we've got to say, we didn't get to wrap Bomber, who tipped a $19 winner that week with you and Oli, the week, and then he didn't get to boast about it last week. So at the top of the show, the great man Bomber Hill.
The great man Bomber Hill, and I tell you what, we just missed too, because we backed up on Mr. Fantastic and looked like that had got up, but it didn't quite get up. So yeah, good job for Bomber. He wasn't here to talk about his success, but I'm sure he'll gloat.
Give him a wrap.
He'll gloat when he comes on air. But it was a big week of harness racing, Michael, last Friday night at Gloucester Park. A little bit nippy, but still
wasn't it cold? Jeez, it was cold.
Not as cold as Monday.
No, Monday was cold as well.
You just had that chill factor.
You even had a jacket on. No, Tim Walker didn't.
It was cold.
And we'll talk about Tim Walker a little bit later on, finished up. But Tim Walker was walking around in a T-shirt. Amelia was rugged up doing the camera.
It was cold.
I had about 4 layers on, and you had a jacket, so it must have been cold. But
it
Tim
was very cold.
Tim walking around in a T-shirt. Anyway.
But it was a great night of harness racing last Friday night at Gloucester Park, and it got underway with Dylan Edgerton Green. Very clever drive, just make sure he had them all bunched up behind him, and got up to score, leading all the way. Golden Load, very well rated in the breeze by Denny Roberts, was too good for Gully Gum. Copycat Queen, absolutely flying. She's in outstanding form.
Hasn't she got a turn of speed?
That sprint is just devastating.
Sustained turn of speed.
Kyle Symington got Chili Punter into a great spot and was too good in the end, trained by Gemma Heyman. Lusaka found the front easily, and once that happened in the first quarter of 31, that was kind of game over. Nice mid-race move by Emily on 2 Bob Cracker, and really drove the horse out well to win, and then butted up again.
Yeah, backed up at Bunbury.
Yeah, did very, very well. Sweet Pins was too good for that lot. Crunch'em got a beautiful run for Aiden behind the leader, and then as Aiden does, he made the room and got out and was too good in the end. Ruby Lou was too good, and here we go. I'm even going to give a plug to the trotters, Michael. Dream.
That wasn't Aiden. It was Mitch Miller driving that horse. Aiden was away last week.
There we go. Dream Big Aim.
Obviously drove to instructions, though.
Correct. Did very well. It was like watching Aiden. Yeah. Dream Big Aim High, well driven by Ryan Warwick, scored easily in the trot. Now, there wasn't much happening, Michael. On Friday night at Gloucester Park, it was a training double to Team Bond starting to make their move.
Yep.
Particularly as we head into the big races, starting to gear up. Sorry. That's not what I meant.
Yeah.
That word, but they're starting to get the team going well.
Mobile.
Yes,
correct. And up and about. And I tell you what it was, there was 4 winners to Sweet Lou out of the 10 races. 40% of the card.
Not a bad effort.
What a sire.
A training double to Aiden de Campo and a driving double to Denny Roberts. Saturday at Narrogin, just a driving double to Kyle Harper. Monday at Gloucester Park, our man, Liam Elliott, got a driving double. Geez, some of the concession and young drivers are going well. Good to see.
Starting to come to the fore.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Tuesday at Pinjarra, a training treble to Bob Melsop.
Bunbury, Tuesday?
That's what I said.
Did you say?
Bunbury on Tuesday.
Okay. I'm with you.
Don't think I did, Pete, but anyway, I did now. For Bob Melsop, he got a treble, and one of them was for our very good friend, forgotten his name, that's how good, Russell Crossan.
Oh,
so
Russ.
Sitting next to Pete here, next to Royalty.
Yeah.
He's
Russ,
making it...
Russ was there on Monday. He told us he was going down Tuesday.
He did, and Oceanfront got the money, so a treble
good
to Bob
supporter of
Melsop.
a number of stables, Russ. Russ is obviously with Justin. He's with...
Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick over there. A couple in New Zealand. Michael Young and Bob Melsop.
Yeah, so Bob got a treble, a training double to Glen Elliott, a driving treble to Abby Vidovic, and a driving double to Emily Savelko. So it was a big week in harness racing, Michael.
Wasn't it? And we got through it. Just.
Only just.
Just.
Only just.
Yes. No, and great to see the Diamond Classic heats. Now, we haven't seen the field yet for the Pearl Classic. They'll come out soon, but there was... how many nominations for the Pearl Classic? 26 nominations. So there'll be 3 heats of the Pearl on Tuesday. So looking forward to that. And a few horses that look like really nice horses are engaged. It's going to be a really good series. And Aiden de Campo, he's got a couple qualified for the Diamond Classic.
You would think only bad luck
could
beat Wishing Bell.
The way she's gone the last couple.
Incredible. No, look, there was a couple of good winners, and the other one was I'm Category 5. That was good,
really good.
Really good win. Yeah. Sat in the breeze, won well. And the first one, Ma Petite Dame, did enough to hold on and win, but you would think that only bad luck could beat Wishing Bell.
Especially the way she went at Bunbury.
Incredible. And the way she went at Gloucester Park here last Monday, she was great. So looking forward to that final. Like you said, we've got the Pearl heats coming up, and geez, there's some great 2-year-old colts and geldings, including one which is part owned by one of tonight's very special guests.
Yes,
as well.
Ideal Beach will be first up. Indeed. But Aiden de Campo's got 3, 4, 5, 6 in the heats. Unusual for Aiden to have so many 2-year-olds in these heats, but he's qualified a couple, I think 3 for the Diamond Classic as well. But I tell you what, one of
American Machine, Better Behave, Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, there for
for Pearl.
Pearl, yep. King Lou and Last King of Capel, named after himself.
King of Capel, yes.
But tell you who this one of his stars who's emerged as a real star of his camp is Copycat Queen, who has just gone from strength to strength as she goes through the grades, and just that electrifying turn of speed where she just gobbles her opposition, and it's been on display since she's come back into form. And I think she's won her last 4 or 5 starts. Let's go back last week before we talk to Aiden, and here's Copycat Queen.
Dark Eyes in front, but Copycat Queen has raced up on the outside of Dark Eyes and taken the lead. Gee, she's good. Copycat Queen is streaking away from Dark Eyes. Rock Me Over. Quinton Frisky Sticks, but an easy win to Copycat Queen, won by 12 metres to Dark Eyes. Third home, Rock Me Over. And
well, Richie said it. She's very good, Copycat Queen, and her trainer joins us on the line now, Aiden Campo. Aiden, welcome to the program.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Good afternoon, guys. How are we?
Yeah, really good. You and Morts are going about as well as each other at the moment.
Yeah, struggling here a bit today.
It's a podcast, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. We'll clean it up later.
Good all times a day.
Yeah, exactly. Copycat Queen, geez, has she improved or just cementing her ability that you thought she had?
A little bit of both. Rads, I think she's definitely improved in her consistency. She's always worked like a real nice horse at home, but always had a few tricks race day and bumped into Waterloo a fair few times. I think she won a 3-year-old fillies race early on, Metro grade. She kept drawing wide in those races, and Waterloo was getting to the front and running slow and then running home real quick. So, probably a little bit of both. But, she's definitely kind of found another gear this time in and, is racing really consistently, which is the best bit.
And a turn of speed and sustained speed as well is really good. And it doesn't matter. And it seems if they go further, she gets better.
Yeah, lately it has been. There's only been that one blip this time in where she probably had a few excuses. But, first up at Pinjarra, I let her loose at the 800 and she ran real quick down the back, covered the whole field and from last and was still running through the line. So gave us good confidence going into her next couple of races, and she's just got better and better with each run.
And she's racing tomorrow night at Gloucester Park in the opener. Thank you, Tim Walker, and I heard you jousting this morning with Tim, which was always humorous. Drawn out there in 8 to the average punter, just going on her recent form. She looks like she's going to be extremely hard to beat.
They've stepped into $1.75 they put up. She's into $1.45 for the opener. $1.45.
Yeah, right. That's I mean, you can never be real confident when you're going to be, back in the field near last around Gloucester Park. But look, she's probably on form, the class mare in the race. Just probably need a little bit of genuine tempo. I don't want them, going real slow up front. But I think she'd be hard to beat. But at the same time, if you're $1.45, you'd like to normally find yourself in front. But we'll give her a chance. And she seems to have trained on well from last week. And hopefully she gets through tomorrow night really well. And then we can aim her up at that 4-year-old Westwood race in a couple of weeks.
And just keeping in line with the bad draws in the second, you've got another bad draw. You're out there in the car park in number 9 aboard Frisky Sticks. It was actually not a bad run last start, but makes it pretty tricky from out wide there.
Yeah, was really disappointing first up, but had a little bit of a virus, so had a little bit of excuse there. And I thought last start he was a lot better. His work since has been good, so he needs obviously a bit of luck from barrier 9, but he's out there because he's probably one of the more highly rated horses in that race. So maybe we've got to drive him a little bit more positive than we have in the past and just see where he gets to. But he'll need a little bit of luck to find a hole early, you'd think.
And he did chase home a pretty good one last start. One of your favourites, I'm sure, in the next Menemsha, first up over the 25.36. I assume had a fair bit of work at home.
Yeah, 25 doesn't really bother him too much. I actually think he goes quite better over those longer distances. But first up, middle of the road draw, probably with a couple nice ones drawn 1 and 2. I think we'll have to just kind of take a medicine, go back with him, and just have him hitting the line, and hopefully building into a really good preparation.
Yeah, it's a nice even race. Some good horses with ability drawn out wide and some inside. So should be a ripper. Now the next, I'm going to get it right at some stage tonight, Michael. the next you get back on board the Rolls Royce in Magnificent Storm. It's great to have the champ back. Barrier 9, as you would expect in that field, but any amount of luck and he just wins and wins easily in mine. Do you share the same? He wins. He could lap them.
Jeez, he's got one inside you as well, Aiden. So I think he's going the reverse mock.
He's reverse mock, is he?
No doubt. This could be a good tactical race here, Aiden. Over the mile, the two best horses are drawn wide, and I'd imagine Junior will want to keep you on his outside.
Yeah, it's first of all, great to be back behind him. Like I said this morning, I haven't really sat behind him at his last 7 or 8 starts. I've kind of had a bit of time, been on holidays and missed a few drives. So, it'd be good to get back on him. I think you'll find there'll be a world of improvement from him first up. Spoke to Ray just before he started first up, and Ray was of the opinion he was going to need the run and just wanted to give him a run just to make sure everything was going well. And I thought he was really good. And knowing Ray, he would have really, really sharpened him up over the last 2 weeks. And I think we'll see the best of him tomorrow night. As for tactics, I think we just got to kind of drive it how it comes. We'll just come off the gate. He's got genuine gate speed, so we'll just kind of come off the gate, see how it's all playing out inside of us, and whether we keep pressing forward or slide across, find a hole and put it into him late. Put him into it late. The good thing about driving good horses is you've got a lot of options.
What a job Ray's done with this horse, Aiden. Like he's had so many issues, and last campaign he's had his issues, and that trial it didn't look anything special. But his 2 runs were just outstanding, and then he was really good again first up this time.
Yeah, he's done a super job. Him and Robbie and I think the people at Lark Hill getting him back last time in. There was genuine thoughts he would never ever race again. So to get him back to back to the races, he had a fair bit of work leading up to that trial. And he's a funny horse. He's really smart. He kind of knows when it's trials too. Like he doesn't really ever put in 110% at trials. And then first up he went enormous when they went that real quick mile at Pinjarra, and then in the Bunbury Cup I thought he was just still building. He copped a lot of pressure in that race and pulled up, probably needing the run a little bit as well, and thought everything was tracking nicely, but the game has silly ways of bringing you back down to earth when he knocked that splint bone. So as far as I know, he's as sound as he's ever been at the moment, and Ray, Robbie and the team have done a super job of getting him back.
And now in the Higgins Memorial, you go on Cordero. The old fella's had 182 starts, and this will be your first drive on him. but no doubt you've driven against him plenty.
He's near on as old as me, but I've driven against him a fair few times, so I know his characteristics. It's actually probably a pretty good race for this little bloke. It's not the quickest front line. I know he's not overly quick, but I think if we can try and do our best, and if we happen to hit the rail, he'll give a lot of cheek, I think.
He'd certainly have to be a place chance, Aiden.
Yeah, I think so. He's a horse that I've kind of always watched and thought, he might actually like my driving style, being pretty aggressive. So I think maybe if we can, really light him up off the gate and try and get to the front, or even lob in the first 4 or 5, he's always consistent.
He's 750-220 on Tab Touch.
750-220. In the next, nice handy horse, Ideal Muscle, first up. Out there in 8, the 6 is scratched, so you come in 1 to 7. What do you see? Happening here? Currently around about $12.
Yeah, first up, same distance, 2,500. Obviously, probably won't be overly confident off the gate. We'll just probably take him back and let him run home. But once again, he's probably one of the higher assessed horses. That's why he's drawn out wide. So, in the hands of probably what everyone else wants to do. But he's kind of worked out with Menemsha this time in, and I've been really happy with both of them. So they both should run good races Friday night and both improve from what they do.
Dame Valor, just going on form, would seem to have one main chance, which is probably drawn out there in 12. Gate 7, what are the thoughts here on this one?
Yeah, I think she's been going pretty good. She kind of had probably a couple of races there where she started favourite and probably should have won, but probably had excuses with fast horses coming off her back. And I thought last start was probably the best run she's done since I've had her. So, another tricky draw. Just probably come out off the gate, see what happens, and make a plan from there.
Yeah, well, by that time you should know how to handle the tricky draws. You got about 5 or 6 before it, so it's going to be one of those nights. But in the last, you're drawn the 8th, Minor Catastrophe. This horse drops a lot in grade, so based on its previous form, but where it is now, and its drop in grade, must be an each-way chance.
Yeah, I think so. The mile suits her. She's got a heap of gate speed, so we'll light her up early, and then I'll just play it by ear from there. I think she kind of mixes her form a little bit, but David's team started to pick up over the last couple of weeks, so she might be a bit of an each-way chance.
And your best at GP on Friday night, apart from Magnificent Storm, which wins easily?
Magnificent Storm, and then maybe Copycat Queen and Cordero maybe each way.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that. Now, we're not going to stop there because you've got some. you got a great book at.
How many you got in work, Aiden?
I've got about 32 at the moment, but I've kind of. Pretty much every single horse is racing, so they've all come back because the majority of my horses are all west bred, so they're all kind of aimed at that W night in a month's time, so they're all just starting to come back racing. So all the 2, 3, and 4 year olds are all racing at the moment.
Certainly a good time of year for racing. Saturday night at Northern, you've got some good chances there as well. In the first, you've got one which is first up for the stable, Indomitable Will, and then you've got El Ray's Girl out there in 10. What chances are they?
Indomitable Will's probably a filly that's going to need a bit of racing to kind of switch on and realise what it's all about. I think she's got enough ability, just kind of hasn't really put it together. So she's a bit of a watch and see. And El Ray's Girl, I thought she was super first up in the Campo race. I thought she was probably a little bit underdone going into it. And then, 154. I thought she was really, really good, and she showed me good ability last time in. So it's never easy coming wide around Northern. So she's going to need a little bit of luck in the race, but got a class on her side.
Yeah, like you say, ran second to Wishing Bell, and was a good winner before a break in race number 2. Don't Wake Me Up. Got an okay draw, but has shown in the past can tend to over race a bit.
Yeah, she can. She's probably limited. It's probably her kind of field, but first up from a couple of years. So, we'll just kind of slot her in, and whatever she does, she'll improve on.
Miss Stefani must be an each-way chance in the 5th.
Yeah, I hope so. She's kind of been racing well since she's come into my stable. I thought she was really good first up, and then last start she got a little bit keen. So, hopefully we can work forward, maybe find the front in that race, and she'll give a bit of cheek.
And one horse I've been looking forward to seeing come back to racing in race 8. It's Martime, which has had 8 starts for 5 wins. Nice to see this horse back in racing.
Yeah, it's nice to have her back, Glenn. Probably not as nice to be sitting behind her. But in saying that, her manners seem to be a lot better this time in. She's working out quite nicely at home, seems to be pacing a lot smoother than what she has done in the past. And I've had a lot of feet problems with her over the journey, so hopefully we're on top of that this preparation, and she can continue to race a little bit more consistent than what she has done in the past. Looks a bit hard to beat that one of Bondi's drawn inside of us, but look, she's a quality filly, and there's a few big races coming up for her, so quite excited to have her back. Yeah, no, it's great, as you said, Rumble Strip, which is the Bond horse drawn inside. It's going to make it a bit tougher, but she's a really nice filly, so glad to have her back and racing. We spoke earlier about the, what's it called? The Diamond Classic.
Diamond Classic.
So,
geez, you're firing all cylinders tonight, Morts.
He knows he can't win. So
no, I'm just sitting. It's just sitting here next to you.
He can't win, so he's But Wishing Bell, how good is Wishing Bell, Aiden?
Yeah.
Because a couple of weeks ago, it's a race caller's nightmare when you say Gonzo at the 400, and then she lifts and just went straight on by.
Yeah, it's I was actually away in New Zealand on holidays and had a skin full of spates at the time, and it was about 11:15 over there. I quarter to 12 over there, and I thought I'll just wait up and watch this one. And I told Trent to drive her like the best horse in the race, but I didn't mean to sit through deep the trip. But he was a bit of a victim of circumstances, so you can't really blame him. But I was stunned, to be fair. Kind of wake up in the morning, watched it again, make sure I wasn't that drunk that I didn't dream that, So, but yeah, I was really surprised. I think think she's always been like a really nice filly, but to do something like that was, kind of like eye-catching a little bit. And, franked the form on Tuesday and got through that run really well, which is good. And just shows that she didn't take too much from that first up run. She seemed to have pulled up really good. She's she's a really no-fuss filly. She's a pleasure to train, actually.
Certainly one of the best fillies I've seen. I've seen full stop. She's
we'll let her win a few more races before we start claiming that she's only hasn't won any big ones or done anything yet.
No, but you just don't see him go like that, And I know I'm not trying to oversell her, but that run at Bunbury, it's just very rare to see a two-year-old filly that can sit park like that in that time and hang on and win.
She's well bred.
Incredible.
And Liberty Bell Midthrough got better with age as well. And you'd think better's wish by better's light. You'd think if we could continue. You'd hope to continue to develop as well.
I hope you're right, Rats.
Yeah. Well, you'd think on the breeding side, you'd think they continue. But, she's very good. But I tell you what, geez, I was impressed with Shabuzi on Monday as well. Geez, didn't she go good?
Yeah, she's quality filly. She's probably a little bit different to Wishing Bell in the fact that she's a lot bigger, and she's probably still growing a little bit. So, she's probably going to be lightly raced a little bit as a 2-year-old. We'll probably give her the final and then maybe just head to that Westbred, and then she'll be looking for the paddock and come back as a better 3-year-old. But yeah, I was really happy with her run and thought she was game to the line, and she'll probably take a little bit of fitness from that first up run and hopefully continue to improve.
And we've got the Pearl heats coming up.
Who's your top raider in your colts?
I'd say Better Move Maddie at this stage. I thought he was really, really good last start. I probably looked after him a little bit too much first up, and it was a wet and windy day at Pinjarra, so I didn't really knock him around, and he got beat. But Joey didn't do none of that last start, and he ran a really, really good race. So he's probably the number 1 seed, but Wheels of Fortune and American Machine, they're both quality 2-year-olds as well.
Well, the good news for you, Wheels of Fortune's drawn 1 in the first heat. There's only 2 heats of the colts, so the first 6 go through. Unfortunately for you, though, Better Move Matty, he's drawn 7 with El Maestro drawn 1 and Ideal Beach in 2. So it's a strong heat, but you just need to qualify. That's all you need to do.
That's it. It's always exciting. These exciting for owners probably and the punters and that for these heat races. But nervous. Probably the only time I really get nervous as a driver when the heat racing's on. In the final, you're kind of more relaxed, but you want to qualify to get through. So it's always tricky those heat races, but it's always exciting at the same time.
Aiden, the dynasty of the Campo name, so your grandfather and your father have all had great success in the industry and you're doing so well yourself. Do you get around at Christmas time or at any time and sit around and sort of jostle over who was the best?
Sometimes me and Dad in the stables will like to rev each other up a little bit, and he likes to remind me that when he was training and driving, there was only 2 or 3 meetings a week, not 5 or 6. So he said he would have driven twice as many winners as he has. So, but not honestly, I still don't think personally that I'm as good as what Dad was and as good as what my granddad was from what I've heard. They've done it for so many years, and I've been lucky to kind of walk in and take over a lot of nice horses and a great ownership group. So I've had a little bit of a leg up there, but the family name, hopefully I continue to do it proud. And spoke to Nan yesterday, and she said that Granddad would be proud. So that's always always a good lift for me, and probably one of the reasons why I love doing what I do so much.
When I told Peter that you're coming on the show today, he started talking about the first APG winner for Andrew.
Son of a Tara.
I'm getting older, mate. I remember the early days at Richmond Raceway and the colours, the famous colours, the Campo colours. And I was writing for a paper called Trot West, and I would ring up Ray and ask for a story. So remember.
I don't think we had another WA winner of the APG final when it was like in one state. I think it's Son of Atara won the first. I'm not sure we had another one.
Yeah, right. He won one in Queensland. They took him to Queensland.
Maybe a Lombo horse.
The APG,
yeah. But that was, I remember how big it was. But it was very good.
I think it was the richest race in Australia at the time.
I think so, yeah.
I may or may not have been conceived that night as well. That's how long ago it was.
How do I follow up with that? You are doing a great job in this sport, Aiden. We were talking just off air before about the importance of getting people back to harness racing, and in particular, getting syndicates together, and you do a great job. And I guess that's all. It makes it a lot more fun when you're part of a big syndicate group.
Yeah, it does. I kind of got a few owners that own outright horses, and then I've got a lot of big ownership groups. Some are made up of owners that owned horses with my granddad, and some owners and in the same horses are just some of my mates have grown up with that just buy 5-10%, and then they even have a little syndicate inside that. And when we do happen to win a big one with a big ownership group, it's always pretty loud and a bit of fun, and it's really good.
That's what it's all about.
The Sales Classic night last year was fantastic when you won with the filly who's resuming on Saturday night. That was really big. It was great for you as well.
It was good. I had a huge ownership group there that day because we had a lot in that night. So they had a really good night.
Can I ask you about your APG yearlings? You bought 4. How have they come through?
Good. The colts have just finished their second preparation, and I've just got the fillies in now. All breaking in okay. They've all got their little quirks and stuff, but doing everything I've asked of them at the moment. I think it's too early to kind of decide whether they're going to be any good or not. But they're doing everything I've asked of them at this stage, which is good.
Beautiful. All right, we've taken plenty of your time, Aiden. We really appreciate you coming on. We got through a lot of stuff.
Almost need another haircut now.
I just got a haircut. I'm just wandering through Bunnings at the moment.
All right, we'll let you buy your next tap as well, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
All right, guys. Thanks for that.
Good on you, Aiden de Campo, who's absolutely flying.
He's doing very well. He's got a good team, and got a good group of owners supporting him, and so they should, and carrying on that very famous De Campo name.
And breaks him in. Doesn't he do a good job with the 2-year-olds, though? I think, was it 2 years ago? He won all 4 of the Group 1s for the 2-year-old boys.
Just outstanding. He's got this filly and got some really nice colts and geldings as well. So doing a good job and good with his time, and doesn't mind a laugh.
Yes. Now that our first special guest, Morts, is brought to you by Snooze.
Snooze,
our new sponsor, and Lane Tomic, who's at Coburn, and
Cannington.
And Cannington.
Yep.
What a great business it is, Snooze. You can see them on the block, use them. There you go, quality.
Yep, absolutely. No, they've got a great business out there in both Cannington and in Coburn. Of course, they're very happy, part owners of some nice horses that go around, Michael, as well. So make sure you support your local
Snooze.
Mattresses,
bases, bed frames, any bedroom furniture.
Big range of ceiling, which is an outstanding brand, and they've got finance, they've got anything you need, they've got a big range, and Lane will look after you, that's for sure.
And you spend half your life in bed, so it's very important to get it right.
You do, and of course, Lane was a Retrovision franchisee for many, many years. And,
as was his father?
Certainly was, and now got these 2 stores and doing a great job in both stores. So get along and see him and tell him you listen to Talking Trots, and he'll...
not only sponsors us, the Drive Show with Marty.
Yep.
Doing good things there. I think he sponsors Hayden King, doing the trot steps.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Hayden, the big man. So make sure you go, if you need any bedding supplies.
Any bedding at all, get in there and see
mattresses, bases, bed frames, as I said. All your furniture, lamps.
Yep, and of course, all of your linen,
linen.
That sort of stuff.
Bedding, linen, all the accessories. Yes.
Like you said, Michael, spend half your life, or you probably spend more than half your life in bed. So get out and see Lane Tomic.
Doesn't help me.
And he's just a good bloke too.
Very good bloke.
Very good bloke.
Morts, we mentioned it before, but we're going to start doing 2 guests in the first segment, just to give the listeners a bit of double dose of, and double their value for the free podcast.
Yes, I just feel sorry for Oli because it pushes him back at the end, so there's probably no chance people will still be listening by that stage.
Well, they might just fast forward through some of the stuff we do.
That's a good point.
Just get the tips from Bomber and Oli and they're done. And actually, there's a good meeting at Albion Park again on Saturday night. We'll get some mail off. Oli's actually on holidays.
On holidays?
So he's going to be joining us. I reckon he was going to have a pina colada in his hand.
Even better. Even better.
Yeah, so he'll be joining us from a lounge somewhere.
Said he had a great time up in Brisbane.
Yeah, well, he drew Leap to Fame in the Calcutta.
In the Calcutta, yeah.
that helped.
Yeah, did very well.
But yeah, caught up with Oli. He did it. Yeah, really good, Oli. Great fellow, and we'll talk to Oli a little bit later on. But got a special guest, Morts.
We do. This is to people that follow greyhounds. He would be greyhound royalty.
He is, yes, very much so.
Yeah,
the voice of Cannington.
Yes,
but cut his teeth on harness racing. Morts called a lot of the country tracks.
So I believe
has called a Group 1 WA Oaks as well at Gloucester Park, and was part of our callers night during the Inter-Dominion that year when we bought all the callers. We had a couple of international callers, and Darren McCauley came and called one, Peter O'Neill. We had all the three main callers, Metro callers, and I speak of Peter O'Neill. Peter, welcome to the program.
Rads, Morts, I reckon as soon as you mention greyhounds that your listeners have probably switched off right now.
No, we've got a couple of dual codes or multiple codes.
Well, we've only got 4, Michael.
Yeah, so I'm sure one of them.
I think 25% of our listeners like greyhound racing. That's a pretty good percentage.
Or are desperate to get out on a Saturday night.
And some of the leading trainers in WA, Lexia Isaac, I saw her the other day, Shane Williams, Cody Charles, Linda Britton's just bought into a Trots End colt from next year that'll be racing next year, so full brother to Ideal Beach. So they love going across the 3 codes, and we were talking before about the possibility of having a match race or a pony celebrity race and getting some of the jockeys and sportsmen from around Western Australia to compete. That'd be ideal.
I think that'd be a great initiative. Sure, there'd be plenty of jockeys and plenty of reinsmen and some from yesteryear and some of the current ones that'll be happy to participate in that. It's always a bit of fun, always good to watch and a bit of a laugh. So it'd be great.
Yeah, we've had them before. I think Dean Cox was was one of them, like I think 2018 maybe. Or
not sure how Coxie would go this.
He was
currently
very cramped up.
Yeah, well, he'd be even more cramped. He's
very cramped up in there.
He was a football machine in those days. So no, great idea. Really good idea, I think.
Really good. Now, Pete, you've taken over as marketing manager at Gloucester Park. You've flown into the role.
Loving it. So, I love promotion. So, across all 3 codes, when I was working on Tab Radio, racing and sport, we would try and promote the 3 codes and sport as well. And that's a passion of mine that I love doing. And being able to come across to somewhere where I sort of started calling when I was 18 years of age. And even before, the story goes back before that, of my involvement in harness racing. So, to be able to come across and meet some of the trainers that I knew when I was younger, see their passion and be able to promote a sport, which we all love, and to tell people, the Beau Rivage is still open, Christmas in July is still on, and to see so many people flock back over the last 3 weeks in July to enjoy the Beau Rivage. The food is outstanding. It's really been quite easy, and all of the participants, the industry have got on board, and there seems to be a really positive outlook for harness racing in WA, especially over the last couple of months.
Now, before your dad's harness trainer, Peter O'Neill Senior,
he was,
and up until not that long ago. When did he retire?
A couple of years ago, and he refused to come back to Gloucester Park. He sort of cut all ties.
All ties?
Yeah, with harness racing. And then we decided to have a Monday special for over the last 2 weeks when we had harness racing here, and we had a Monday lunch special. And I said to Dad, how about coming along? And he said, why the hell would I want to go to Gloucester Park for? And my mum said, you're going to support Peter. Yep. So he came along, and guess what, Morts? Loved the roast pork lunch, loved the apple crumble, and has now purchased a table in the Tab Touch Punters Club coming up in November. He loved it that much. So we'll see him more regularly. So when I was growing up, he was a commentator, a harness commentator, would go around to places like Katanning, Wagen, Williams, Collie, Harvey, those sort of venues. And my sister and I, when we were very young, because this is before Vision was around, we would record my dad on a tape recorder and then run down to the trainers, the winning trainers, and say, would you like to, and I think it was maybe $2 or something, would you like to buy a tape of your horse winning at Williams or somewhere like that? And that's where we'd make our pocket money.
There you go.
$2. Very entertaining. Now, Pete, it's got to take you back a bit. 30 years with Tab Radio?
Yeah, 30 years I was involved with Tab Radio. So I got involved when I first started calling in harness racing. So I was working in a bank, and one of the staff that was with me, her uncle Colin Flindell, sat alongside George Grillistich and would do the on-course announcing. So I did a phantom call of the Melbourne Cup for all of the staff, and she introduced me to her uncle Colin, and I would come along and call the trials alongside him, practice in one of the spare boxes upstairs, call trials. Village Kid was around at the time, Morgan James, Manageable. There were some outstanding paces that we've had over the years. And before that, I would watch in the country, because we only had the ABC TV in Narrogin. I'd watch Pure Steel win his 4 WA Pacing Cups as a young boy. I was less than 10 years of age when he was going around. So always had that love of harness racing. My father was an amateur jockey as well. But yeah, 18 years of age, I came here, and because I couldn't get a living out of race calling, especially in harness racing, I was a backup caller, would go to places, as Michael said, Wildcatcham, Training, Merredin, and call one race. Colin would call the meeting, and I would call one race on the program. I needed to be able to earn a living, so I got a job on what was then racing radio. And would start as a tote caller, then became an announcer, and made a career out of being involved in promoting the 3 codes on Tab Radio. Worked Saturdays, Sundays, and a few days during the week while I did my race calling. And did call a Group 1, so I went to Wagen and called a heat of the Oaks, and Stuart Lowe's filly won the race. And he thought in his mind that because she could hear my voice, not that she could, Mort's running around Wagen, that I was the lucky charm. So he asked me, because he was calling for 6PR at the time, we had 2 callers. Yep. He asked me to call the WA Oaks final, which is somewhere on YouTube.
No, you sent it to me at one stage. I've got it there somewhere. You did send me the audio.
Yeah, it's better. It was better than my call at the Inter-Dominions, where I thought I was calling over 400 metres of a greyhound race. Went a bit hard early.
Yeah, you realised there was still 3 laps to
go. Now, just one thing about your calling, which I found very fascinating. I was reading how at the start you found it hard because you could have a race that would last for 15 seconds, and how could you kind of fit it all in? And then you were talking about how you watch the dogs, you could see them in your own mind in slow motion, and that allowed you to be able to get through the race and call, which I found quite fascinating.
Yeah, so Craig Evans asked me to come across, and he wanted a backup caller for greyhounds, just as a casual. And for the first 3 months, I couldn't put it together. I would get to the first corner and just stop, because I couldn't work out how to, when you're calling a harness race, you had time, if you forgot a horse's name, to ad lib, remember the name, and then continue on. With a greyhound race, you didn't have time to forget. So I struggled for the first 3 months. And then at that time, there was a DVD video that came out called The Secret, and it talked about visualisation. And I thought I would visualise the greyhounds that were bigger than what they actually were coming out of the boxes. And when I started visualising, all of a sudden they became in slow motion almost. And I just found that I had so much time to call a race, even though a 500-metre race at that time was 30 seconds. I just found that I had so much time to be able to call it. And even these days, so we have at Cannington 275 metres, which is really slick. They go under 16 seconds. And you go to Northam, where the distance is 295. That extra 20 metres feels like you've got an eternity. So, so that's what I started doing. Not sure how the visualisation is going at the moment.
It's going, Pete.
Yeah, with some of the names of with greyhounds and also crossing codes. So I was the dogs were behind the boxes a few weeks ago, or maybe a month ago, and they were about to move in. And I said, "And the green light's on," and they're moving up behind the mobile. And then realised, I'm actually at Cannington.
Yeah, I'm having a good influence on you, Peter.
The boxes are moving.
I'm glad. But now you're fully into harness racing. Now you've immersed yourself into harness racing, and you really love doing the social media side of things, I find.
Yeah, I do, and it's something that I'm not into is social media, but I find that is the best way to promote harness racing. And what we need is the fraternity to be able to share their experiences and the good experiences, because we have a wonderful sport. And people will ask the question, why don't people come to the trots anymore? Well, the reason is when I started working alongside the likes of Gino DeMori, so I would tip in the West Australian and work for the West Australian back in the early days while I was trying to make a living out of race calling. And we had two papers, so it was the Daily News, and Rod White would write for the Daily News, and Gino DeMori would write for the West Australian. So the popularity of harness racing back then, when there was no Sky Vision in your home, people had to come to Gloucester Park or go to a TAB agency to watch it, was massive. But now you can actually watch harness racing in your home, so you don't need to come out. There needs to be a good reason to come out, and there are so many good reasons. If you own a horse, if you race a horse, if you like having a bet on a horse, if you like coming to the Beau Rivage or Steelos and enjoying a meal, if you want to have a drink in JP's, there's so many different reasons of why you could come, but we keep it a secret. And I don't know why we keep it a secret. And
I don't think we keep it a secret.
Well, I think we need to share our experiences and the good experiences more. And it's not just this code, it's also greyhound racing where there was a lot of negativity. Now, you can be negative or you can go the other way and go, I love the sport. This is why I love the sport. Share your experiences with the person alongside you, whether it's your family members or whatever. And they go, I might actually come down and see that. Now, I've been lucky enough, the first horse I've got back into is a little horse by the name of Ideal Beach who won his two starts. And so all of a sudden I'm, whisked off into the winner's room and thinking, how good is this? Does this happen every week at Gloucester Park? Now, obviously it doesn't, but there's so many good experiences that people can have. And you'll start seeing more social media posts of our drivers, for example. Now, we've got some of the best drivers in the world driving at Gloucester Park. Why we don't promote that more, and we will start promoting it, why we don't promote that more. And a lot of us will say, well, why don't RAWA do that? Why doesn't the West Australian put stories up? Why doesn't Sky do this? Well, how about we stop asking why and we start doing it ourselves? And that's what I've tried to start doing. I've got a good team behind me. Michael's given me a free rein, and I've got a young girl by the name of Sakshi who's been walking around with me taking a lot of videos, and we're starting to put them together. We'll get more professional as we go along, but we're going to put the stories out there of why Denny Roberts is so good and what does she do. And I think it's a perfect, we've got some really good drivers and some young girls that might watch harness racing, and we've seen it at the thoroughbreds. They watch these young girls or guys and they go, I'd love to be like her one day.
Yeah, I think when you compare the gallops to harness racing, in the gallops we like to push them up. We love to see the big trainers, the successful trainers and the jockeys and the horses. In harness racing, we don't have that. We don't tend to, we tend to be more jealous if we see a Gary Hall Senior win another pacing cup. You should just be sit back and just be amazed at how successful he's been, or like a Gary Hall Jr. or a Aiden de Campo or Denny Roberts. We don't tend to push them up and give them enough exposure, because I agree, we do have some of the very best trainers and drivers and some of the best horses, here in WA, and we need to share some of those good experiences.
The Aiden de Campo story is a great one. So when I was growing up, and I'm starting to sound like my father because I'm telling these stories about yesteryear, but when I was growing up, Ray de Campo was here. He had some, very, very good youngsters. And his son Andrew was driving them, and they were racing at Richmond Raceway and Gloucester Park. Son of Atara was one that comes to mind. And they were stars. And now you see the grandson being able to continue that on with his own star, and he's got one at the moment, and he's got probably a few, but he's got one at the moment, Wishing Bell, who will start a short price favourite next Friday in the Diamond. And I saw at the bar a couple of weeks ago young Joe Savelko. Now, when I was 18, I did a story on his father, Joe, and his grandfather, Joe, who was still alive at the time. And my father tells me the story about when Joe Sr. was driving at maybe Wagen or Katanning, and his horse didn't take the final bend, and he's sort of going through the car park with his hands up in the air. And my father's calling the race going, Joe, where are you going, son? Where are you going? Now I'm talking to his grandson, and I think it's great, that history of, the Savelkos, and there's so much history in the sport.
It certainly is. So, sorry, Michael?
No, I was just going to say, just on the promotion, the Call Tour Awards were announced today. We didn't win the Best Radio or Podcast Feature Awards. I don't know, some bloke called Greg Hayes.
You are kidding me, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't know, some Sydney thing. But the Award of Merit for Demonstration Excellence in Promotion goes to Hamilton content creators in association with Rawa and Gloucester Park for our Nullarbor promotion, where we did the interviews with Denny Roberts, Kate Gaff and Kyle Symington that were filmed up in the boardroom and looked back over. They were really fantastic, got massive amounts of views. Like, I think the Kate Gaff one got 15,000 views or something like that, just on the one Facebook post, and Kyle's and Danny's weren't far behind it. They were massive. So congratulations to Scotty. Timmy Walker did the interview, and we'll talk about Tim again in just a moment.
Scotty Hamilton does a great job.
Yeah.
Excellent job.
But it's also, yeah, as Pete says, you've got to make sure that that when things come up, you like and share them and promote it to your friends, and then that's how the algorithm works on these social media posts. So it gets further than just the racing people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's important because, as you said, Pete, going back 30 years, there was no vision. So you came to the track, but there was also no AFL Friday night football. There was 100%. No Perth Wildcats. Yeah. So we are competing against a lot. For mine, and you've experienced it firsthand, but there's nothing better than getting a syndicate of people together, to race in a horse, whether they've got, 1% of the ownership.
Yep.
Doesn't matter. You've still got 100% of the excitement.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's just so good. There's nothing better. And I've been fortunate enough on a couple of occasions, and one with you recently with our Ideal Beach. And you look back at the photo, and you could hardly see the track. It just about covered the whole track.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about, because of all those people, they would normally bring another one or another two people along with them, and they enjoy the night, they enjoy the fun and the excitement, and that's where we've got to get people excited and back to Gloucester Park, because this harness racing venue here is, in my view, and I've been to a few of the tracks around Australia, it is the best.
Yes.
And that is the point. So so Ideal Beach, the people that are involved, there was maybe 20 in the syndicate, and there's 60 out on the track. So they bring their friends, and that's what the industry.
Well, it's more than that, because it was we probably had we sold 14 shares, and there's obviously partners and one bowling club's got a share, and they got 10 people in their share, and then your partners have got 65% of him, so you had a dozen of your crew plus partners and everything. So by the time you added up, there was actually 50 owners on the track.
Yeah,
that actually were owners.
Yeah, absolutely. But we need people watching that to go, I'd like to be a part of something like that, rather than talking it down. We need to talk it up, and they should aspire to wanting to be a part of a syndicate and enjoy being on the track, because I've got to tell you, standing on the Gloucester Park track's the best place to be in Gloucester Park.
Isn't it?
I caught a bus down to Bunbury with you guys and Trotsind, and we had a barbecue. We saw Justin Prentice parade his horses, and by the time I've left there, I've brought 3 new people into the sport. I had one share, which was the Colt. I then purchased into Perfect Mickey, and now I've purchased 2 more. So I've gone from having nothing less than 12 months ago, so at the beginning of the year, and now I've got shares, and they're only, like you said, they're only small shares, but it doesn't matter.
No.
The excitement's outstanding, and we've got lots of other promotions that we're now putting towards. We're going to have our first ever Tab Touch Punters Club, which Michael has told me we won't sell one table.
No, I did not say that. Stop that.
Have you sold any tables yet, Pete?
We have.
Now tell us about the promotion, Pete. Here you go. There's at least 4 punters you're talking to who will buy a table. They could get a table together if they found 2 other people.
Yeah, we'll get a table, because this is the best value you'll get at Gloucester Park this year. So it is $165 per head for a table of 6. So you make up a table of 6, $990. You get a full buffet, full drinks package,
which is valued at $160.
$160 for those 2. Tab Touch are putting in $450 per table in betting vouchers.
Betting vouchers per table.
Per table. So there'll be so each table will bet on 9 races, and they'll have $50 per per race, and they keep the prize money, keep the money that they've won, and then the 3 leading tables. The leading table wins a prize of $3,000, second prize $2,000 for having the most money in the bank at the end, and the third is obviously $1,000. There's going to be giveaways on the night. David Short is going to be hosting it, so it's going to be an outstanding night. There are only minimal tables available because of the room.
Be quick, because Pete's got to sell them.
And we will sell out.
He tells me
we will sell out. So we've already officially sold 3. I've had a guarantee of 15 tables that people are taking, and I'm confident.
Only fits 26 tables. Is that right, Pete?
That's correct. I'm confident that those people will be standing by their word, and the reason being, it's great value, and it's a great way.
Digby Beecham told me he's taken a table today with Miller and his crew.
And more, it's Group 1 Golden Nugget night.
Retrovision Golden Nugget night. Can you, Pete?
Make sure you get the plug in there.
Retrovision.
It might be on Barbagallo Fireworks night, but it's a Retrovision.
And that's the other one. It's Barbagallo Fireworks night as well.
So you get fireworks.
Yep.
Yeah, you get fireworks, you get everything.
Yeah.
What a great initiative, Peter. Seriously, what a fantastic initiative.
Yeah, it's part of our Tab Touch activation.
Turnover will be huge.
It's in line with they've done it at Perth Racing, and I think maybe Pinjarra have had theirs, but. This is our first. We thought, what a better night to do it than Retrovision Golden Nugget Barbagallo Italian night.
Fantastic.
And we've kept the price down so that we're not trying to, make a huge amount. We're trying to make it a big night so that people will enjoy it. They'll want to come back when we do it again, because we'll be doing it many times over. It'll be that successful.
We might even have some Retrovision vouchers to give away.
I'm sure we can probably find something.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then
Steel Blue.
We've got Taste of WA. Before that, we've got next month in September, we're going to have food vans every Friday night. So that will draw a new crowd as well. Taste of WA through 3 weeks of October was always very popular, tasting the different foods that Western Australia and wines that Western Australia has on offer. I think we've also got a West Australian gin tasting that'll be coming in. And then we obviously get into a really busy time through Christmas, WA Pacing Cup, the weather warms up.
And don't forget W Night. W Night's coming up. The Westbred Night coming up on September. Is it September 4?
Early September, 5th. 5th of September.
And don't forget, RAWA are running that night an Owners Appreciation Night. So if you're an owner, no doubt you've got the email from RAWA, and that's in the Tab Touch Lounge as well on that night. And
$60 a ticket.
$60 a ticket for the Owners Appreciation Night. And on Westbred W Night, Friday the 5th of September, $60, and that includes a 4-hour beverage package, canapes, and a hosted event. Wonder who they're going to host that? You?
No.
Tim Gossage, I think, hosted it last year.
No, I think they're going to be bringing one of the stars up from Pinjarra, one of racing's
Amelia
stars that is able to promote it. No, Ashley Reeves will be hosting.
Okay, there we go.
So I'm sure everyone will be well looked after there, and of course her husband Hayden's got a really big team, and some young children coming through as well. So I'm sure they'll be involved in pony trots. Well, I know they are involved in pony trots, so we might see some pony trots before the end of the year as well.
And you can to book your tickets for the W night, because it's a big night. You can email owner at rwwa.com.au. But if you want to get into the Tab Touch Punters Club, contact Gloucester Park. Go to the website. It's on the website, Pete.
Yep, gloucesterpark.com.au. Book a table. Table of 6. Get in early, because they will book out, and once the room is full,
it's full.
It's full. So
Silky tells me they've told. I've got told Silky's getting a table, and he's already got Ollie on the table. So Silky,
I've heard he's flying someone over from Victoria.
Well, there could be the big cat may make an appearance as well.
Wow. So Pete, it's a fantastic initiative. It's going to be a great night after 30 years of Tab Radio to jump out of the dark side into the good side. You must be. Did I say that?
Yes, we got him across.
Yeah,
doing a great job.
Sharon told me the other day, my partner, she told me the other day that I'm looking great again. She said, I'm much more relaxed. I said, well, it's a great environment to be working in at Gloucester Park, really enjoying it. And people are telling me around the office and within the industry that they're starting to see more positivity.
Good.
And that's what we're here for. Like, life's only short, so you've got to enjoy it, and we can all enjoy it together.
Yep, we're always guilty of having a good time when we come here at Gloucester Park.
Yep.
Just managed to have, met quite a few nice people along the way.
Can I say one other thing, though? One thing that has been a little bit difficult for me to handle. Coming back, or working at Gloucester Park with Michael reminds me a little bit when I was at school, and I would go up to young girls and ask them out on dates, Morts, and they would always say no. When I asked Rads what do you think of this idea? What do you think? No.
No, we're getting there. We had a big Christmas in July, massive. I think it was booked out every week up in the Burravara, so it's fantastic. Looking forward to Taste WA. The food van's in September, and we'll replicate that in January for the school holidays as well. So, and that's on the back of free entry. So
terrific
to go with free entry now.
And Retrovision New Year's Eve.
Retrovision New Year's Eve. What a big night that's going to be. And the Pacing Cup now is in December, which is part of our Christmas night. Now, while Pete's here, Timmy Walker finished today.
Yeah, that was
on Tab Radio.
Yeah, it's going to be it'll be a big loss to the radio station. That's for sure. He he was very passionate harness racing, which was even better in my opinion. But he did a fantastic job, Tim. He was always upbeat, always promoting, worked hard, terrific bloke. Just enjoyed a good time. You'll be sorely missed.
Yeah, I don't think I've met a more decent person than Timmy. He's a really good fella, and also his work ethic. I think it's a big loss for harness racing, the amount that he did. Not just like on the breakfast show. So having a host who's a harness racing fan, promoting harness racing was really big. Not saying that Taylor and Digby won't, but having the main harness racing person on the breakfast show was really big. The stories he wrote. On the back of interviews that he organised and stuff like that, previewing the Friday night, and obviously his interviews on Friday night. He's going to be such a lot to harness racing. Again, by the Wacker, he's going across. He's not going too far.
Yep.
He's going to the Wacker, and I'm sure he's going to do a great job there. But I think a real loss for harness racing, and I hope we get to pick up the slack somehow through that promotion at some stage, through the Rawa racing team. Pete, you work with him obviously really closely in your time as manager of the station.
And I saw him come through from a young guy that had no experience to become...
And he wasn't a harness guy to start with either. So he's built so now he's so well respected in harness racing. That takes dedication and never... Didn't want to be controversial. He just did the work.
And I think he gained respect. Yeah, the respect was shown just recently when he interviewed Chris Lewis in what was a really tough time. But the way he handled the interview, showed compassion, and the fact that Chris spoke to him was because of the fact that the industry did respect and do respect him. So he will be a loss to the industry, but I hope everyone gets the opportunity to say thank you, whether it's on social media or if they see Tim, he'll be coming back, I'm sure, from across the road on different occasions. But on radio, he was outstanding. He could talk about any sport. Like, it was ridiculous, the knowledge that he knew on some sports that you and I, you guys have some passions on different sports, but he had knowledge on everything. He really worked hard, and he'll be a loss to the industry, but he'll be a big plus to the Cricket Association.
Certainly will.
Really good. Yeah, we might get a couple of cricketers for the pony trot race. I'm sure he can organise that for you.
He might be able to, That'd be outstanding.
Now, before we go, this segment, this part of the segment, Morch, is brought to you by Steel Blue Boots. Built for comfort, made for work, well over 700 stockists nationwide, and they're a mark of true skill.
They certainly are, and the great man from Steel Blue is back in Perth, WA. Briefly, then he's off, but Steel Blue boots are designed for comfort, durability and choice, backed by a 30-day 100% comfort guarantee, which you won't need, Michael.
No,
they are got the new range of boots coming out soon as well. They are terrific, and they are Australia's leading supplier.
Yeah, I reckon we're going to break a record for the length of the show today.
I think we might. So we
better go to a break. Let's go to the break. We spoke to Aiden de Campo earlier. He's qualified a number for the Diamond Classic on Friday week. No doubt she's the one to beat Wishing Bell. Whoever beats Wishing Bell, I think, will win the final. Let's go to the break and listen to Wishing Bell just drawing away from her rivals in an effortless win in the heat of the Diamond Classic.
Leonarca, the last one. Mojito Heaven into the straight comes Wishing Bell. 3 and 4 in front. Sovereign Jewel fighting out second with Trixie Dora chiming in. Kohinoor Camel and Perfect Mickey. But Wishing Bell, the wish may be a reality in a couple of weeks. Wishing Bell's won by 4 lengths. Sovereign Jewel.
Hi, I'm Steve Sell from Loans 123. We are car finance specialists. We can help you find the loan you're looking for, your new car, and help find a home for your old one. If you want a new or used car but feel uncomfortable visiting car yards on your own, we can help and often save you money. For a stress-free way of buying and financing your next car, who do you see? Steve Sell at loans123.com.au or call 1800 100 100.
Talking Trots with Morts and Michael Radley on Tab Radio, Racing and Sport.
Because it's eventually gone to the front. Trippin' Al Capone, but Roberts has got a double here with Lusaka racing right away back to its best tonight. It has been racing in great form, has had no luck, and Lusaka raced home to beat Talks Up a Storm, Vegas Trippin' Al Capone.
Yeah, Lusaka, and I think listening to those interviews pre-race, Mort's helped.
Certainly did, Michael.
And kept moving, going forward, and Lusaka, if it found the front, was going to be hard to beat.
Certainly was, and then got that 31 first quarter, made it extremely difficult to beat.
He's a very good horse.
Pays to listen to the interviews in the ring.
He's a very good horse. Timmy stuck solid. Matty Young jumped off. But his good performance, Denny, and once Denny found the front, the $7 looked luxurious, Morts.
Certainly did. Won well. Won very easy.
This segment is brought to you by your Retrovision, your local WA electrical appliance specialist, where RAC members receive an additional 5% every day.
They certainly do, and Michael, if you need a heater, you need to be extremely quick.
Yeah, I bet.
We've got some empty shelves, but there are still a few products. If you do need something, it's been a bitterly cold week, so get into your local Retrovision store. They've got a great range of air conditioning, but they've also got a great range of ceramic heaters, fan heaters, oil-filled heaters, you name it, sleeping blankets. We've got the lot. Yeah, if you don't have the lovely next to you, get in the sleeping blanket and keep nice and warm, Michael.
Yeah, outstanding work there, Morton. Yes, it is. If the last couple of weeks have been very cold. If you've got to a point where you've just gone, I can't put up with it anymore, go and see your Retrovision.
Yeah, I think it's harder when you've got kids. They don't understand it. But no, it's been very, very cold, so get into your local Retrovision store.
All right, it's time to welcome in our form experts, and we didn't have a show last week, but the week before, Bomber, we didn't get to promote what you did, but a $19 winner as I welcome in Scott Hill to the program. Bomber, how are you?
Yeah, very good. Thanks, Rads. That was a good result. Joey James, he's popped up for us a couple of times in the last 6 or 7 weeks, which is good.
It certainly has. It was a great result, Bomber.
If this was Sky Channel or Racing.com, we'll be seeing the promo for 2 years. A $19 winner. I remember Rod Gallegos back in the old days. He tipped Arctic Scent to win a Caulfield Cup, and they ran it for about 5 years. So if you tip a $19 winner, they just keep rolling it out. But you deserve it, Bomber. Hopefully this week. I don't think there's a $19 winner in there.
And then, Bomber, one more stride from Mr. Fantastic, and boy, oh boy, we would have bought half the grandstand.
Would have had more than a week off.
All right, we're going to kick off in race number 3 this week. It's the Tab Touch Punters Club. Morts, do you know anything about the Tab Touch Punters Club at Gloucester Park?
I vaguely heard something about it, Michael. All I know is you better be very, very quick because there is a fantastic promotion.
Table of 6, $9.90 it is.
And it's
food and
buffet,
beverage.
the full
$450 worth of betting vouchers, full buffet, deluxe drinks package, $9.90. Go to gloucesterpark.com.au or call Peter O'Neill if you got.
And the other thing, Michael, is apart from the great value, it's just going to be a good fun night. There's going to be a good crowd of people up there. It'll be terrific.
Yeah, sure is. We might have to get Bomber involved somehow, see if we can get a table and get Bomber involved. But it is race number 3. This is a good race. And here we go. Cabernet's drawn 1, $5 to $2.65. Mickey's Pride opened up $1.80. It's now $2.65. So equal favourites at $2.65 is the 1 and 2. Montana DJ is $201. Fastland Dad $81. Menem Shah first up at $10. Crowd Control $31. Chivalry at $51. Vanderbilt $13. Rolling Fire outside the front line $11. Mr. Fantastic inside the back line $18 corrected to $6.50. Soho Moonraker $17 to $15. Bomber. A couple of moves here. Cabernet's been well backed. Mickey's Pride has drifted, and Mr. Fantastic has been well backed. Which way are you going?
Yeah, I'm with the drifter, and I just thought Cabernet would probably take a sit, but the support suggested otherwise. But I thought Mickey's Pride was a lovely horse for him to sit on in this grade, and so I'll stick with it. And if he does lead Mickey's Pride, I think he's going to be very, very hard to catch. He's a horse that just rolls along, and he's got a great record in front. And I think we just go all eggs in this one, and hope he does get to the front. Sort of without doing too much work, because some really nice horses to chase them down if they do get into a wall.
Yes, there certainly is, Bomber. It's an interesting move that.
I'll be hoping the one holds up.
Very interesting move, but there are some horses, nice horses out wide as well. Interesting race. We'll just see what happens in that first 100 to 150 metres. So race number 3, horse number 1, Cabernet for Jocelyn Young and Kyle Symington. What's your staking plan here, Bomber?
No, I'm with Mickey's Pride, Morts. I'm hoping he crosses Cabernet. And
that's how well I'm travelling today, Bomber.
He's had a week off. It's just thrown him.
Absolutely.
So it's a 2-unit bet, Mickey's Pride. I think regardless, I can't see Cabernet winning. If he tries to hold up, I think they'll both probably get beat. But if Mickey's Pride can cross, I'm happy to be having 2 units.
Okay, there we go.
Thank you.
Mickey's Pride. All right. Race number 6 we move to now. It's the Taste of WA returning to GP. This is in October in the Beau Rivage. Go to gloucesterpark.com.au. And this is a 0-2 win, $18,000 race. And it's over the 25-36 metres. Good to see a couple of distance races on the cards, Morts. We've got, let's have a look at the Tab Touch market and see if we've got some fluctuations as well for you. Pocket the Change, 15-12. Beat the Bank, 71. Mickey Pello, 101-31. Chillin is 34 and in from 91. Maximum Rock is $3 to $2.20, which is probably we should be taking more notice of. You can scratch number 6. Instigator is $3.20 to $2.70. Ideal Muscle is at $13, pretty solid. No Noni at $8.50. Call Me What You Want at $18. Dark Eyes at $10. Bomber, which way are we going in race number 6?
Yeah, Maximum Rock, he's low flying of late, and I think he almost certainly pushes onto the top, and I think he completely outclasses those drawn underneath him, which helps his chances in doing that. And his 2 main dangers are drawn outside him, so I think with the fitness edge, particularly over Instigator, he's going to be the one that just rolls to the front. And he has been able to run a really quick last half at Pinjarra. First up from a spell, he was rolled on that occasion, but then he's ran 2 sort of even sectionals out in front, and I think he'll do the same here and make it pretty hard for those dangers that have got to do the work outside him. I'm pretty keen he leads and wins.
Pretty keen sounds like very confident there. We love it when there's lots of confidence, Bomber. So in race 6, horse number 5, Maximum Rock for Chris Folk. What's the staking plan? I can feel 3 units coming on.
definitely a 3-unit job more time. Yeah, the more I look at the race, the more it looks like he just pushes to the front and, just sort of rated by Vokey. I can't see him beaten, to be honest.
All right. Time to take a break. This has been by far a quicker segment than the first one, Morts. Just saying.
Just a touch.
Now, Sweet Pins, Morts. We spoke to Hall Senior about him. He has a lot of ability, just want to keep him together.
Just keep it together. Yeah.
And he's made it 4 from 4. Another Sweet Lou, one of the 4
made it 4 from 4 and very comfortable as with the previous 3 as well. And hopefully just holds together and we get to see a bit more.
Yeah, he's a very exciting horse. Let's hope we see more of him. Here we as we go to the break, here is Sweet Pins, and it's 4 from 4. This time, Stewie McDonald jumps in the bike for Senior.
And dashing away into the straight. Sweet Pin's about 15 metres in front. Air Marshal's going to make an attack on Our Thunder for second. I think we'll get there as well, but it's an easy win to Sweet Pin's. Air Marshal runs to second. Sweet Pin's easily by 8 metres to Air Marshal, 3 metres Our Thunder and 6 metres Talcum J. Long gap Danger. And then
there's always a lot more in store for you at Retrovision. Like Retrovision's lowest price guarantee. If you find a lower price on a same-stocked item, we'll beat it. There's our 60-day price promise, where we'll refund you 120% of the difference if you find a lower advertised price on any purchase. Plus, RAC members save an extra 5% every day of the year. After 60 years, a lot has changed, but there's still a lot more in store at Retrovision.
You are listening to Talking Trots with Morts and Michael Radley.
Came Rock and Roll Artist, who moved up into 4th, but Golden Load is racing up to Gully Gum and hitting the front. Golden Load in front of the Gully Gum, and then came a Rock and Roll Artist trying to get to Own Lightning Banner, probably will in the last stride, but it's a nice win by Golden Load, beat Gully Gum.
Yeah, class prevailed there. Mort's Golden Load by Always Be Mickey. He's got a good record, 11 out of 33. Last year he won 10 out of 19, so he's a lovely horse. Once he got to the chair, dictated a double for Denny and Team Bond.
Yeah, very good drive from the death there by Denny. Terrific drive and had to be driven out to the line, but got them
had him covered pretty
did.
comfortably.
Certainly did. Good.
Gully Gum was good.
Was
Yeah, good in front. And Timmy Gossage was there.
Of course, he's a part owner.
On there, yeah, he was there. But a good performance from Goldie. Bit of class.
Yeah,
bit of class.
Oh, certainly.
This segment's brought to you by Loans 123, car loans, debt consolidations, all your personal finance. Who do you see?
The great man, Steve Sell, the nude nut.
He sure is. Loans123.com.au, or the very easy to remember number. How are you travelling this week, Morts?
I've got it covered, Michael.
1-800.
100. Still doing things the banks can't.
Never doubted you.
No.
Never doubted
Just
you.
a bit rusty first up, Michael, after.
You'll be right.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night, you won't miss a beat.
Absolutely. Looking forward to good night of racing at Gloucester Park as always.
Indeed. All right, let's go to the next race we're going to look at here on our Talking Trots preview, and it is race number 7. And this is Taste WA in the Bow, as I said, October for the Taste of WA. And let's have a look at the Tab Touch market. And we've got Alexandra the Great at $41. Tubbs Farquhar, 13. Del Boca Vista, 51. Mr. Copper at 126. Off the charts, 550 to 380. The Beachmaster, 19. Dame Valor, opened at $1.90, now $2.20, but still holds the call for Aiden de Campo. Hold the Ammo at $8.50. Travel Band, 19. And then we've got Control the Room at $11. And He's Good as Gold at $7. Bomber, what have you got for us in race number 7?
Yeah, I'm with off the charts, Radzi. He's got blazing gate speed, this horse, and returns off what was essentially a solo trial. He won by about 50 metres there, beating a trotter, and he should have enough pace to cross, I think. And if that's the case, he's going to make it pretty hard for his main rivals. He's run some really nice races and chased home and beat some nice horses in his short career. And I think if C. Lewis can get him to the front, which he looks to be able to do, then he's definitely the one to run over. He is first up for 9 months, so that's a bit of a concern, but he did trial quite well.
Yeah, C. Lewis in front, very, very hard to beat. Off the charts for Gemma Hayman. Has been a bit of a move in, so maybe there's some money there punting on the going well to race. First up in race number 7, horse number 5 off the charts, Gemma Hayman, Chris Lewis. What's the staking plan, Bomber?
Yeah, just the one unit. Just that sort of 9-month break is a little concern, but I think he'll give us a good start.
All right, and the final race we got a preview is race number 8, and it is the Thank You Tab Radio and Tim Walker. And we mentioned Timmy Walker at the start of the program, but done a great job. Excellent job, and like you said, he loved harness racing and was able to push it up and keep it top of mind throughout his whole time there at Tab Radio. We liked him so much we gave him 2 races, races 1 and 8. Sundancer Ravo is at $5.50. Recover Lover at $8. Danger at $20. Minor Catastrophe at $3.50. In from $5. It's the favourite. Cry Havoc at $8.50. Burley Shard at $12. Your Grace $6.50. Tommy Price at $8. Alfredi at $26. And Pariant Sir at $6 on Pariant Sir. Yep. Bomber, race number 8. What do you got for us?
Yeah, I thought Minor Catastrophe could blaze them off the arm. She's a very quick beginner, and as long as she can pinch a sectional over the short trip, then she's going to be pretty hard to run over. Much easier than the last 4 or 5 starts she's had, and she's going pretty well before that. So I think Aiden the Campo straight to the front, pinch a quarter, and be pretty hard to catch. You've obviously spoken to Aiden, and hopefully he shares a similar thought.
Yeah, look, he thinks drops in class. Form's been numerically not great, but hasn't been racing bad. So over the short trip, does get out well. Should be hard to beat, I would think, Bomber. So race number 8, horse number 4, Minor Catastrophe, not a major one.
There was a major catastrophe. It was a good juvenile.
David Young and Aiden de Campo. What's the staking plan there, Bomber?
Yeah, hopefully there's no catastrophe at all. 2-unit bet, I think she's going to give us a good sight.
I think you're right. Good way to finish the night, Bomber.
Let's hope it's an easy ride for us. All right. Bomber, thanks for your time. How's the AFL going, boys? We're still talking about that?
Terrible. We don't talk about AFL. It's cricket season, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. We're not talking about rugby league either.
I was going to say you've been pretty quiet this year, Michael, about the Knights.
Yeah, it's getting worse.
They're going average?
Yeah, very. We got the bye this week. We may get 2 points.
You might get beaten too.
Yeah. We're no certainties.
Yeah, well, Bombers are going very average indeed.
Yeah.
Very average.
Yeah.
Right. Some years you just got to start again, wipe off and start again. That's us.
Yeah, there's just nothing on the horizon.
When are the Perth Bears starting? When are the Perth Bears starting?
That's what I thought. They're going to be red and black.
Red and black. They're red and black.
That could be us, Bomber.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Perth
it.
Bears.
That might be the closest we're going to get.
Yep, I think so.
Mel Meninga, let's get him on. We'll get Mel on the show.
Yeah, sure he loves the trots.
Yeah, no doubt he does. Comes from Canberra. I'm sure he's been to Canberra Trots a few times when he was there. Well, he comes from Queensland, but that's where he played like most of his career. Bomber, sounds like you're already departing, so we'll let you go.
That's the missus just left, but yeah.
She is coming back, isn't she?
Hopefully she comes back with a feed or something.
Yeah, there you go. All right, mate, we'll speak to you next week if we're allowed back. If we're allowed back.
Thanks, guys.
So,
have a great night.
So, there's Scott Bomber Hill.
This isn't going to be one of our more memorable shows. It's a shame because 2 really good guests.
You know how I said we didn't win the call-through award?
There was a reason.
There's a very good reason. There's a very good reason. Yep. I think there was 2 entries and we didn't run the top 3. I don't know. Greg Hayes, he does a good job, Greg Hayes.
I like Greg Hayes.
The Sunday sesh.
He used to be on In the Gig.
He was on In the Gig, Sky Channel, 2KY. Doing stuff for Harness Racing New South Wales now. Does a good job, Gregory.
Oh, good.
And he
was off the scene for a while?
Yeah, he took a break, and I think he works outside of the racing industry as well, and he just does this stuff as well. So, he's good man, Greg. All right, it is time to take a break. Now, 2 Bob Cracker Morts, we normally do doubles. This was a double in a week.
Yes, good effort.
Really good effort. One on Friday night, then backed up at Bunbury on Tuesday and got the cash. As we go to the break, here is Emily Savalco getting the best out of 2 Bob Cracker.
Trying to come back now from Candy Apple. 2 Bob Cracker on the outside of Candy Apple. Will he be too strong? 2 Bob Cracker's got the nose in front from Candy Apple, trying to come back, but kept going by Savalco. 2 Bob Cracker's coming away from Candy Apple, and then Soundwave and 2 Bob Cracker. The best day.
New Mazda.
Yep, I love it. We got it from Bayswater Mazda.
I keep hearing great things about them.
They're fantastic to deal with. Great people, great coffee too.
At Bayswater Mazda, you'll always be well looked after. Visit the team today and find the best drive-away deals on new Mazdas and pre-owned vehicles. Driving is better with Bayswater Mazda.
So's the coffee.
Go and see Bayswater Mazda at the corner of Guildford and Garrett Road, Bayswater. DL 25174.
You are listening to Talking Trots with Morts and
Attack
Michael
over on
Radley.
the markers. It's Ma Petite Dame leading the Sea Siren into the clear. Gets to the outside to give chase to Ma Petite Dame, and Mars Attack is joining in. But Ma Petite Dame is going to hold on, and Ma Petite Dame fends out Mars Attack.
Yeah, there we go. Ma Petite Dane winning a heat of the Diamond Classic at Gloucester Park on Monday. And the other heat winner was...
Wishing Bell. The other one that sat outside was...
the Sea Siren.
No.
The Sea Siren was...
No.
No?
No.
Hang on.
Got it right here, Michael. Somewhere.
It was on category 5. The
Correct.
Stablemate.
Yeah, that's the one.
The Sea Siren ran second.
I'm not travelling well.
The Sea Siren ran second in the... Can we do it again?
No. Keep that in. Keep it in. Keep it in. You've kept my 50 in, so you can keep that in.
My Petite Dane beat the Sea Siren there and Mars Attack, and then, yes, on category 5. And what you got me?
Yes.
This segment is brought to you by our good friends at Bayswater Mazda. Driving is better at Bayswater Mazda. I'm worried about you getting corner of Guildford and Garrett Road.
You're worried. Gee whiz. As I've said...
In the Mazda 6 Turbo.
Love that. I love the Mazda 6 Turbo. And I don't know, have you seen the new CX60 Hybrid? Oh, yeah. Beautiful. They've really got some lovely cars down there at Bayswater Mazda. Great service, great team of people to help, great coffee, and what I think is great cars, Michael.
Yep.
Get down there and see the team at Bayswater Mazda.
You're in the VIP park here at Gloucester Park tonight, and no doubt you'll get an Uber tomorrow night. But it'll be great to have you on course to see your Chargers go around. Can't wait for
Looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing Magnificent Storm.
Okay,
Always.
Beautiful. All right. Oli Cownie's joining us on the line from a far-flung place. You're on holidays, Ollie. How you settling in?
Morts, Raz, yeah, great to be on. I'm at the big cat, Matt Leopard. He's place in Hamilton Island.
Jeez.
So we're going to be cheering home our Thunder hopefully tomorrow night to win. He's gone up a pretty short price, but hopefully he can get the job done. We'll certainly be cheering him home.
Did he give you a discount, the big cat?
Yeah.
Or charge you full freight?
He's been very, very kind and very generous. So, we're going out to dinner soon. I'm looking forward to it, and looking forward to watching the Gloucester Park races from Hamilton Island tomorrow night.
He's had some famous people stay there, Ollie. Nancy Tactor.
Yeah, he has, and he'll let you know as well,
Ollie.
won't he? So,
yeah, Nancy Tactor and Brittany Graham and a few of the others have stayed there over different times, and
a few of the who's who in harness
racing. That's right.
That's why you're there, Ollie.
Yeah, that's right.
That's why you're there.
No, not at all. I think I'm one of the lesser guests, but I'm happy to be here, and I'm loving it so far. It's a beautiful part of the world, Hamilton Island. So never been here before, but can see why people speak so highly of it.
Well, what's the weather like there?
Yeah.
It's a bit warmer than it was in Perth. It was obviously cold, wet, raining nearly all the time in Perth. So I'm glad to get some 20 degree sort of moderate weather. I think it's going to be raining tomorrow, but a little bit warmer than it was in Perth, which is nice.
It's been pretty cold. Still a little bit warmer today, but still been pretty cold throughout the week. We had of course, Monday was the heats of the Diamond Classic, and it was pretty nippy. There was a wind chill factor, which was pretty cold, but I'm sure it'll be beautiful standing out there on the grass at Gloucester Park tomorrow night.
Oh, certainly. And when you see your horse win, it doesn't matter whether it's pouring with rain or a beautiful night. You know, you're still just really happy to see him salute, and you head into that winner's room, which is always well heated and keeps you well hydrated. So, you know, you wouldn't rather be anywhere else.
Couldn't agree with you more, Ollie.
And seeing as though you'll be up in Hamilton Island, if you happen to get up and win,
what race is that?
What race you in, Ollie?
I think it'll be pretty late at night here. I think it's might be one of the later races in the card. It is race. It's a last race in the card, race 10, and I've just seen that She's a Dactyl is scratched. So now we're drawing gate 1 with our Thunder, which will be interesting.
You're into $1.26, Ollie.
All right. So
short enough. But
so Morts will be sticking on.
I'll be in the winner's bar for
because you head into the winner's bar for me, Morts, and have what I would have been drinking.
He might be still in there from Mighty Ronaldo.
He does look a good chance tomorrow night, doesn't he?
I just can't see how they beat Magnificent Storm.
Well, I think he was good, Magnificent Storm last start, but he was still, you know, I know she's a really nice mare, Heavenly Gypsy, but you know, I don't think there's I think it's a lot between Mighty Ronaldo and Heavenly Gypsy. So
true.
It's the short course, and he's got the barrier draw advantage, and you know, you've got to give him a pretty good hope there, you'd think.
Oh, G Hall Jr. So
couple of boxes ticked.
Yep.
Yeah, Justin Prentice and Gary Hall Jr. That combination.
Not a bad combination.
Obviously,
Ollie.
Yeah, had a few winners there, and it's the $9 pints in Steelos. Gee, $9 pints isn't bad, is it?
I might try one. Never tried them before, but I might try one.
Exactly, Morts. I'll introduce you to him tomorrow night. Now, Narrogin is on tomorrow night in conjunction with Gloucester Park. There's 6 races. The first at 5:37. Northam Saturday night. 8 races at Northam. The first at 6:13, and we'll also look at Albion Park, which has got a good, not a bad card. There's still a few New South Wales horses still up there going around, including Coastal Babe in the last for Luke McCarthy, which is a really nice mare coming through. So be interesting to see her go around. But 8 races at Albion Park on Saturday night.
And Michael, just on the Northern race card, it's a terrific card.
Really
There's some really big fields.
And good to see the 2-year-olds standing up coming into this time of year.
Some big fields, and they've got that $14,000
$14,000
4-year-old man's race too.
Yep.
So some really good racing up there at Northern.
Really good race night. Let's hope it is a really good night for him. Let's start off at Narrogin though, Ollie, on Friday night. What do you got?
Yeah, we'll kick things off in race 4 at Narrogin. I thought this was a really interesting little race, and I thought it looked a really good opportunity for She's a Mare to get back into the winner's stall. She was really good last start. I thought she got a long way back there at Gloucester Park. It was earlier in the week on Monday, I think, and got a long way back behind Get the Booth. And Get the Booth was sitting in the breeze and was a really impressive winner there, and they rode a pretty good time. And She's a Mare was running on strongly into third there, and I think that type of form reads pretty well for a race of this nature. I don't think there's a Get the Booth in this race, and I think there should be a little bit of early tempo. Jamie Kim generally likes to run the gate, and Khaleesi is a horse that likes to get forward, and if there's enough early tempo, I think She's a Mare can be running over the top for Abby Vidovich, who's been driving really well and has been another one of those junior drivers that's gone really well since the system changed over. So I think it's going to be really hard to hold out there late, and we'll just be hoping for a little bit of early tempo in that race.
All right, that's race 4, number 9. Have you got another one for us at Narrogin?
Yeah, in race 5, won't make us wait too long after that first one. In race 5, I think a horse that's going to get a decent run in this race might get a long way back, World Secret. I think it's just extremely well graded. Sporting Grace is probably the leader in this race, but she's certainly, I don't think, in the same class as World Secret, who drops a long way back from what she's been racing into this race, and drew a little bit awkwardly there last start and was midfield behind Bronzed. And I think this race is just a lot easier. And if there's a little bit of tempo early over the short course here at Narrogin, I think World Secret can be the one that's finishing over the top. I think just class-wise, she is just so well graded, and despite what looks a little bit of an awkward draw at Narrogin. At a track you don't really want to get back a long way in the run, she can still be really hard to beat. And, I think she can overcome that map and draw potentially in this race.
All right, that is Narrogin on Friday night, race 4, number 9, She's a Mare, into race 5, number 5, World Secret. And then Northam, as Mort said, a really good meeting on Saturday night, the first at 6:13, the first of 8. What do you got for us?
Yeah, it does look a really good meeting, this one. And I've actually gone in that really good Little Mares race, which is $14,000. It looks a good race, this one, and I think the best horses are clearly drawn off the back row here, the way things are set up. And I'm keen to be with Push Button Rock. I've always had a bit of time for this horse. She's got really high speed, and I think that's just a trait that's really beneficial for a horse in racing these days. You really just have to be high speed, and she's exactly that. And I think she follows the right horse in Loctay and could potentially get a really good run into this race. She was really good last start, running into third in what was probably a bit of a stronger race there at Gloucester Park, taken out by Chili Punter, who's quite a nice mare, and that was a $30,000 race. And I think this is a bit of a step back in grade, and if she can get the right run into the race, Push Button Rock, I think she can be really hard to hold out late. Certainly the horses off the front row don't look quite as classy as her. I was really keen on Mr. Stefani last start, and I thought she had every chance there. But, if she showed her best, she'd be hard to beat. But the way everything's going in this race, I think there could be a little bit of speed off that front row, and it could potentially set it up for a horse to be running on late. And I'm hoping that can be Push Button Rock in this race.
All right, that is the feature. It's the Wasbar Allwood Stud Virgil Queen Celebration Westbred 4-year-old mares. 4-year-old and older mares, which is a mouthful, but it's a good race, which is Push Button Rock for Peter Anderson, Trent Wheeler, and Bob and Marilyn Fowler are the owners of Push Button Rock. So they sponsor the race as well with Allwood Stud. What else you got for us at Northam, Ollie?
We're going to head to the last race for the next selection, and I think this is probably going to be a short price favourite. It's a good 3-year-old race, though, isn't it? Rumble Strip, but this is a fantastic 3-year-old race. I think Rumble Strip and It's My Time, they've both been horses that have shown a lot of ability, especially It's My Time. She was really impressive last time in and ran some terrific races. But I think with the barrier draw advantage here, Rumble Strip just seemed to get better every time he stepped out last time in and led last time out, and he was beaten there, but was certainly no knock, and that was behind Belly Up, who is certainly looks to be one of the better horses in that strong Bond stable. So I think it was no knock at all being beaten by that horse, and I think Rumble Strip can push forward at the start, find the front, and hold the advantage on It's My Time, who is certainly a horse with plenty of ability, but just with that barrier drawn advantage, I'm certainly happy to be with Rumble Strip. And it seems like the Bond stable have really picked up of late and have had a few training winners. So I think, first up in this race should be no real concern. And if he shows his best, I think he can be incredibly hard to beat. It might be a multi-builder for us there on Saturday night.
All right, we've got race 5, number 10, and race 8, number 5 at a good meeting at Northam. And then also on Saturday night, Albion Park, a couple of nice horses. The first race was really good, Our Goat versus Luxa Turner. We've got Coastal Babe in the last. So even though the carnival's over, Ollie, there's still some nice horses going around.
Oh, it definitely is. It does look a nice card of racing, and it's great when the carnival's over and a few of those good New South Wales trainers stick around, and you still get some really good racing there. It'll certainly be interesting what happens in that last race. Coastal Babe obviously come over with pretty big raps and with a big price tag, but she probably hasn't quite delivered on those expectations early. She was a good winner first up, and then was pretty disappointing last start and was well beaten there in running third. Nathan Dawson takes the drive there on Saturday, and be interesting to see how she goes. Not one of my selections, and I'd probably be happy to be against her in that race. My first selection comes up in race 3, this is the feature race of the night, the open class pace, and a few of these horses, they're dropping out of the Inter-Dominion. Jim RT was the winner of the consolation, but I'm happy to be with Tim's a Trooper. He was a third placing a couple of starts ago in one of the heats of the Inter-Dominion. I thought it was a terrific run. He really flashed into third there and hit the line strongly, and I think he's going to get a really good run here off the speed. I think that's almost an ideal draw for him off the back row. Will do no work in the early stages, can be sat up and saved for one run, and I think there's going to be plenty of early tempo here. Always Smoking is a horse that likes to go forward. Royal Cruiser, Jim RT, Speak the Truth, they're all horses that want to be up on the speed there, and I'm hoping that can just play into the hands of Tim's a Trooper, who's going to get a really soft run early, and if he does and the speed's on, I think he can be the one that's potentially running over the top into the finish, and I thought he looked a really strong each-way bet there, and I think he's around $10 or $11 at the moment, so I think that's pretty good shopping.
All right, yeah, it's a really good race. You got the consolation winner of the Inter-Dominion in it, and also the second place horse in the Inter-Dominion going around, and you've gone against him with Tim's a Trooper. What else you got for us at Albion Park?
I've gone to race 6 here, and I was pretty keen to be with She's Full of Spirit. I'm not sure exactly what price she'll go up. I was on the website prices this week with Darren Clayton away, so I marked her at $2.20, which is what I thought was around about the price that she'd go up, and I think at around that price I'd probably be happy to have something on her. She took on a much stronger race last start, which was taken out by Speak the Truth, who was able to obviously run second to Leap to Fame in that Inter-Dominion final after taking the sit on the champion Leap to Fame. So I think that looks really strong form. She was only beaten 20 metres in that race, which reads up as pretty good form for this mare's race here. The start price, he took on another strong race. It was a mare's open race where she was only beaten 20 metres behind I Keep Smiling and Steno. So this is much easier. This is a band 5 mare's race, and I think she can find the front. Sweet Agenda is a horse that generally likes to take the trail, and if She's Full of Spirit can find the front, I think she's going to take a lot of running down there in this race.
All right, that's Albion Park for us as well. Race 6, number 2, She's Full of Spirit. And previous to that, it was race 3, number 9. Ollie, we'll let you get back to your holiday. Let you get back to a pina colada. And we'll speak to you next week.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Good on you, Oli Cownie. Never stops working, Ollie.
No, he's doing a good job.
On prices for Albion Park for HRA site and...
Did a really good job, Michael, filling in
yep.
on the Retrovision Gloucester Park preview. And by the way...
Yes, who's on tomorrow?
Kyle Semmington's on tomorrow on the Gloucester Park Retrovision Gloucester Park preview. So
still got plenty of winners, Kyle.
We're just talking about the Gloucester Park preview the other day. We've got 3 of possibly the best tipsters.
As good a show, the best preview show in Australia of any... Of harness racing at least, if not others, like full dedicated hour to Gloucester Park.
Yeah, if you're
preview, and the best guys dissecting the field.
Yeah,
don't always agree. They come up with plenty of winners. It's a good listen.
And one steps out, and Ollie stepped in and did an amazing job.
Yep. No, they got some good guys that can step up, but obviously Silky, Matt, Trent do a great job.
Yeah, sure do.
I think Taylor's going to be hosting tomorrow because Tim's finished up today. He's off on couple of weeks off before he goes into
good on
the
WACA. So he'll just be across the road, Michael.
Yeah. So
when he finishes work on a Friday, he'll come across and watch one.
We'll get to see. We might even get him to drop in on Talking Trots.
Yeah.
We keep going, so we're going to be going while he's coming home.
Very true.
It's been a long show, Mort.
I've had an absolute nightmare. I promise I'll improve.
Can we start again?
I might. I might go back.
Is that all right? Can we do it again? Take two.
Take two.
Can we get Aiden on the phone?
No, look, I think I'll go back, get home tonight, and get the mirror out, and I'll have a good, long, hard look. Jeez.
Yeah. No, we'd be much better for the run, Mort.
I'm sure.
Have we made the final? That's the big thing.
Like I said, out of the 2-horse race, we didn't finish in the top 3.
No. Mort's, it's been great.
Great's one way to describe it. Look, it was terrific.
Aiden was great, as
Aiden
usual.
was great, and
Pete was
brilliant. Great to talk
Bomber,
to. And
Oli, Amelia Press the Button's great.
Yeah.
if there's anything wrong with the show, it's not the button pressing.
No, definitely not. So it was good. We'll find somebody else to join us next week, like
That's right.
we did with
yeah,
Pete.
we'll try and double up.
It was terrific.
Have a bit of extra information for everyone. Mate,
excellent.
Good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you, Michael. Look forward to it. Be here for sure.
We'll see you out here.
Good luck on Tuesday.
Yeah, and also tomorrow night.
And tomorrow night.
I'm in one with you. Both of them with you.
I know. No, but yeah,
we'll be here.
Tuesday.
We'll be here for both.
Got a good draw. Just got to run in the first 6. That's all we got to worry about.
That's us.
It's the important thing. So
and I'm tipping a blowout tomorrow night. I reckon we can win. There you go.
Rolling 5?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, okay. I like that.
There you go, Trent.
Certainly got to be a chance, no doubt about that.
And that's for the people that hung in.
Oh, there's no
late.
Michael, you could actually swear now. It wouldn't matter. No one there.
We'll get Aiden back on and tell us about his New Zealand trip. All right.
A couple of spates.
Yeah, good New Zealand beers. All right. Thanks for your time. Thanks for listening for the 4 people.
Yep.
That stuck around. Until next week, hopefully you're back a winner over the weekend. We'll see you next week.
You are listening to Talking Trots with Morts and Michael Radley.
Talking Trots for Snooze, Cannington and Coburn. It's amazing what a little snooze can do.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelpline.org.au.